Alright, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Clamps back with another video. This is a little bit different of a video. The last couple of videos have been gameplay videos, and I've enjoyed making them. I can't lie, but I do want to kind of, surface out here and make a whole bunch of different videos, just 2K wise. And today we're gonna be really just going over budget cards. I know people are just now getting back into the game with the new event coming out, just like I am, honestly. But I still do know a lot about the game. And I'm just here to show you guys a couple of the budget cards on a lot of these sets. Um, and I'm not gonna go over them too like super high in depth, but I will go over them a little bit. Starting out in the limited set, I think that this Derek Coleman is absolutely amazing. I mean, he does everything you want him to do. He's great defensively. If you apply 5 badges to him, you need challenger, glove, a movable, on ball, pick dodger. Maybe not glove, but definitely on ball, off ball, and movable, pick dodger, and challenger. Once you apply those, I think that this card honestly is great. He's got everything you need offensively. He can rebound. He's good. His speed-wise, he's good. He's got the great jump shot. He's got hot zones from literally everywhere. He can move a little bit. I think this card is wonderful, and for about 6,000 MT, you cannot beat that. An honorable mention really would be this Bob McAdoo. If you have the time to grind domination, I would definitely go get Bob McAdoo. I think he is probably worth the grind if you're starting out. This card is 6'9". He's got literally everything you need defensively. He's got everything you need rebounding wise. He has a great jumper. I mean, this card is absolutely elite. He's got hot zones from everywhere besides the top of the key and the left wing. This Shetty Osmond based on very quick is absolutely elite. I think this card is really just going to do absolutely everything for you. So if you guys do need a card and you're able to grind, I would definitely go get Bob McAdoo. Another one of these budget guys that I would go after is this Keon Ellis. I think Keon Ellis is an absolute fantastic card. He does everything you need defensively. He has almost every badge. Apply box out, brick wall, and paint patroller, and I think you are absolutely cooking with this card. Like I said, he's got everything defensively. He can't create his own shot because he has very good 6. He's got a great jumper. His jumper is absolutely elite. It's Keon Ellis on quick. Jimmy Butler escape is insane. And then I believe this Devin Booker cross is pretty good too. So, I mean, he does have some really good dribble sigs. And I think he can create shots with Keon Ellis for sure. The rest of these amethysts are good on paper, but really a lot of their jump shots kind of hold them back. I think Ron Holland has a pretty bad jump shot. Sadiq Bays, I don't really like either. Toppage, I don't really like either. And then Goga, I'm not a fan of either. So, I think Keon Ellis is definitely your go-to in these Amethyst Unlimited set, but I would really look to prioritize kind of this Keon Ellis, Derek Coleman, and then this Michael Cooper as well. Michael Cooper is so good defensively. He's going to play extremely well on that side of the ball with 98 perimeter, 84 interior, 98 steal, and 85 block. He's got every defensive badge besides brick wall, so you're going to need to apply brick wall. And then maybe like a bailout, break starter, dimer if you really want to. But this card is just going to absolutely do it. He's got 95 driving, 93 three-pointer. His jumper is absolutely elite. He's got Zach LaVine escape. And his dribble saves aren't elite by any means. He's not really a shot creator, but he is more of a 3-and-D guy. And he is just going to absolutely light it up on the offensive side of the ball. But he is going to play probably the best defense out of anybody on the list too. I used this Diamond Michael Cooper when he came out in the 80s edition set, and this dude was an absolute baller for me. If you look at his defensive stats, they're very comparable other than the block on the interior defense, but if you look at the badges, he just doesn't have any badges. And I love this card. So with me loving this card, I'm going to love this pink diamond, and I actually just picked him up for 3,000 MT a second ago, so I know you guys probably won't be able to get him for as cheap as that, but I was able to bid on a card for 3,000. So if you can get on there and maybe get a bid for like 3,000 to 5,000, I think that is worth it. I don't know what the buy now is, but it's definitely going for a cheap number. The most important thing I kind of forgot to mention here is a lot of these cards that I'm going to be mentioning today are underneath the 50K mark. So you're going to be able to buy every single one of these cards for under 50,000 coins, and I think that is an absolute steal for a lot of these cards, and that's kind of what I assume in budget. I think another honorable mention would be this Jason Richardson. I wish you guys would got him. If you did get him, you obviously were doing things right during the event. That card is so good, and he plays on some of the best teams. And I'm just going to go down with these pink diamonds. I'm not going to go fully in depth with these guys because I think a lot of them are extremely good, and there's a lot of them. So I'm not going to go fully into depth, but I will, mention them out. I think Sar is absolutely unbelievable. I think he does everything well offensively and defensively. He's 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan. He does literally everything. You're definitely gonna have to apply a couple badges to him. But I mean, he's got a good jump shot, and he's just gonna do everything you need him to do. And you could probably look to buy him definitely for around that 50K mark. He might be a little bit more, but that's probably going to be the only card that's even slightly more than that. Amin Thompson. Amin Thompson is an absolute baller, and I love this card. I did use him on the main team for a couple of days when he came out. 95 speed, his 78 three ball is not worrisome at all with that jumper. That jumper is absolutely elite jumper. So you'll be able to green pretty much everything you shoot with Amin Thompson. Great ball handling, great rebound, great defense, great badges all the way around. Like I said, Amin Thompson on normal is so good. And he's gonna be able to move a little bit. He's not gonna be the best, moving wise, but a 6'7" two guard with a 6'11" wingspan that can play offense and defense. There's not much better than Amin Thompson. After Amin Thompson, I'm definitely gonna look at Bilal Coulibaly. 95 offense, 99 defense, hot zones from almost everywhere beyond the 3-point arc. He's going to play great defense. He's got great offense, too. Badge-wise, it's perfect. His jumper is very good. His base on quick. He's got the Jalen Brunson escape, which I do like. It's the same escape that like John Wall has. If you look at a couple of these other cards, you've probably used a lot of these other cards, too. So I don't mind the Jalen Brunson escape. And I think a lot of the other dribble sigs that he has, I think, are also pretty good. So I do think this is a very good card as well to look at your two guard. He has a 6'8" two guard with a 7'2" wingspan, so that card is absolutely elite. And you could pick him up for very, very cheap. Another one would possibly be Brandon Miller. I'm not a massive, massive fan of Brandon Miller only because his defense is pretty lackluster. But if you're really looking for an offensive two guard, let's say you kind of have a Keon Ellis or a Gary Payton or somebody who's just very defensively based at your one, I do think Brandon Miller might be worth looking at. He's got a great jump shot. He can definitely, create a shot with that D-book dribble style. Paul George escape isn't my favorite, but it's not the worst thing ever. And like I said, he is going to be a 6'7" two guard with a 6'11" wingspan. So a lot of these guys, if you're noticing and catching up pretty quickly, is they're all pretty long and lengthy. And they're able to just kind of guard well at their position. And I'm going to try to speed pass a lot of these pink diamonds as well. But I think Carrington is very, very good. Bub Carrington, I think he is extremely good. Derek Lively is pretty good as well. Hame is very good. Julian Strother is very good. Matas is very good. Leonard Miller is not bad, but he does have quite a beta jump shot. But if you're looking stat-wise, I mean, this card is absolutely spread out everywhere. He's got great, great defense. His offense is very good. Everything about this card is, if you're looking at it, you would say, okay, well, this is mid. He's got 86 literally every stat. And I'm like, yes, he does have 86 every single stat, but that just means he's a balanced card. And like I said, the Rui Hachimura base on normal is kind of baited. I'm not a big fan of it, but a 6'10 small forward is, you don't get much better than that defensively. So if you do want somebody 3-and-D wise who's going to knock down the shot wide open, I do think Leonard Miller is a great option, but just know that you will have to have a lot of room to kind of create up that shot. But like I said, I think a lot of these guys are very good. I think Stephon Castle is amazing. 6'7" point guard, great defensively. I don't think he does anything for you really offensively other than just knock down an open shot. But if you're open with Stephon Castle, you're not going to miss. He's going to play great defense at 6'7". He's got hot zones from everywhere beyond the 3-point line besides the top of the key. Next up on the list, I would look at this Tristan da Silva. He is a power forward center who is extremely good, and he is extremely cheap. And then Zach Edey. Zach Edey, the one thing about Zach Edey is he is 7'5", which is obviously going to make all the difference because he has 60 speed. I'm not a massive fan just because he's lacking a whole lot of badges. He's only got 57 perimeter. He only has 60 speed. And then he does have a very good jumper. I will give him that. He's got a very good jumper, and he's got Jimmy Butler escape. It's not like you're going to be creating with this card, but I do think Zach Edey is good for what he is. I don't think he is like the best center in the game, but I do think he is usable. So I would definitely look at all of those pink diamonds pretty much that I listed. I think all those guys are absolutely competitive, or like they're competitive at the highest level. Next, moving on to this finesse set. I love what Larry Keenan can do. I know he doesn't really have any hot zones, but he's a 6'8", 6'9" small forward. He does just about everything you want defensively. He's got every single defensive badge. If you do want to upgrade some of them to Hoff, you can. I probably wouldn't just because he is a pink diamond. a 78 3 ball, but that's not going to be that big of a deal because he does have a great jumper. Evan Fournier in normal is pretty good, so um, I would definitely look to get Larry Keenan. He's not going to be like a primary scorer by any means, but he's just going to be another 3 and D guy. There's going to be a lot of these on the list, but Larry Keenan is somebody you could pick up for easily less than 10K, maybe 5K, and the dude is absolutely elite. Moving on down to Warp Zone, there's not a whole lot in this set that I would really mention, honestly. Um, Unfortunately, they really messed up my Bol Bol. I love Bol Bol, but he's just not great in this set, honestly. Um, John Starks is fantastic. John Starks has 93 pointer, 92 speed, great defense all the way around, can dunk, 86 ball handler. Gonna have to upgrade the defensive badges just a little bit. But the thing about these pink diamonds is they get 5 badges. So you got 5 badges that you can apply to these guys and make them a little bit better. He is 6'5" at the point guard position, and I just think he does. I just think he does what he needs to do. Like, I think he plays his role great. I don't think he's gonna be the best scoring point guard in the game. I don't think he's gonna be the best defensive point guard in the game. But I think he does both of them at a good level to where it kind of, offsets it not being elite. I think he's just a very good budget card. And that's just about all I would do in the Warp Zone set, honestly, for less than 50,000 coins. The locked in set, we'll look over here. My thing will load. I'm not really too much of a fan of this locked in set really at all either. Lunar New Year, there's a couple cards here in Lunar New Year that I would take a look at. And the first one being is this Jared Solinger. I think Jared Solinger is very, very good. He's under 50K. And he's going to do absolutely everything. Apply 4 defensive badges to him and apply Shifty Shooter, and you're looking at a phenomenal card. I know he can't really play great perimeter defense, but other than that, this card does absolutely everything. He's got Matt Ryan on very quick, which is a great jumper. He's got Devin Booker dribble style. He's got Kemba Walker escape. Like, what are we looking for? This Jaron Soldier has 6'9" at the 4 with a 7'1" wingspan. He's got hot zones from everywhere besides top of the key. I mean, this dude is the absolute baller. What are we looking for? Go get Jaron Solinger. Another one that I would look at if you really need a scoring point guard is Jordan Clarkson. He doesn't really have hot zones, and he's not going to play a lot of defense, but he is a very good scorer in my opinion. I think he's going to be able to shoot the ball at a high level. He's got Kobe escape, which is definitely a very good escape. He's 6'5" at the 1 with a 6'8" wingspan, so he is long. And I think he's just going to be a good scorer, honestly. He wouldn't be my first option. I would go for a couple of those other point guards, especially in the All-Star set. But like I said, I do think Jordan Clarkson is a phenomenal card that you can pick up for very, very, very cheap. Another one, you move on to Sweetness, is Terry Dishinger. Terry Dishinger goes for about 30K-ish on Xbox, and I think he is absolutely elite. Everything about Terry Dishinger is elite, and I mean, you look at him, he's a 6'7" 3. He plays fantastic defense, fantastic offense. He's got great amount of badges. Apply a couple of these defensive badges to him. He's got Rudy Gay on normal. We all know how good Rudy Gay is. Kyrie Irving dribble style is still pretty good. Giannis escape isn't bad. Like, he's going to be able to move. He's got Kawhi Leonard moving behind the back, which is one of the best behind the backs in the game. Probably, honestly, is the best behind the back in the game. I think Terry Dishinger is a great small forward. Azuris Sagalskis, Big Z, is not bad at all. The thing about Big Z is he's got 69 speed and 69 perimeter defense, like Zach Edey. I think these cards are very comparable. I would honestly probably take Big Z over Zach Edey, but they are very comparable. It's kind of preference, but for me, I'm a big Zadrunas Sagalskis guy. I always have been in 2K, and I think this card is nothing less. I think this card is very good. Just know that he is a 7'3" center with a 7'7" wingspan, so you will be able to shoot pretty much over anybody, but he is going to be a little bit slow-footed. Moving on, I think Luol Deng is absolutely amazing. This Luol Deng card is going to play fantastic defense, has amazing defensive badges, can shoot the ball at a high level. He's got Ed Davis on normal. And I'll be honest, I have not used the jump shot yet this year, but I've heard it's amazing, and I've used it last year, and Luol Deng was one of my favorite cards last year. I know that doesn't always, correlate to the same thing year to year, but Luol Deng is always one of the best budget cards just because of how good of a defense he can play, and especially with him having a great shot recently, I feel like Luol Deng is just another one to add onto this list for very, very, very cheap. Moving on, we have the spin cycle, and I wouldn't really pick anybody in spin cycle. And then showstoppers. I am a fan of a couple people here in the showstoppers. First would be this Jeff Green. I think Jeff Green is very solid at 6'8", 6'8" 3. He's going to play great defense. He can knock down a shot on offense. He has 95 driving dunk. He can handle the ball. He's only missing unmovable. Maybe apply Limitless, Dimer, and Shifty to him as well. And when you apply those 3 badges, you're having an absolute elite card. Jeff Green on normal is not a bad jumper. He's not going to be able to move really, but he's going to be an elite 3-and-D guy. And for a 6'8", 7'1" wingspan 3, I think Jeff Green is absolutely elite. Damari Carroll is another one of these guys who's just going to be really elite on defense. Box out, brick wall, high flying, deny, paint patrol are all going to need to be added. And then maybe a couple of these shootings, but I mean, this card, when you look at him, is just absolutely elite. On Iverson Escape, he's got a great jumper. Like I said, he's not going to be able to really create his own shot, but he's just going to be another 3-and-D guy. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of these 3-and-D guys. But I would definitely just look to pick up somebody like Damari Carroll. Herb Jones as well isn't terrible, but I wouldn't pick up Herb Jones. He's not the best in the world. Let's move on to Season 4 Hunt to Glory. I wouldn't really pick up anybody in this set, honestly, at all. The only one that I think is decent is Naj Reed and Daryl Dawkins, but I don't think they are by any means, the best at their position or anything. Greg Oden is pretty good, and Adam Morrison is extremely good. I would definitely look up to pick up Adam Morrison. He needs 4 defensive badges, but other than that, this card is absolutely elite. Steph Curry based on quick. The Jerry West upper doesn't make the card bad at all, I promise. Kobe Bryant Escape. Like, I love this card. I've used him on my main team, and I absolutely love Adam Morrison, and he's not expensive. Another one would be Greg Oden. I don't know how expensive Greg Oden is at the moment, but Greg Oden is so good, and if you can pick up this Greg Oden for less than 50,000 coins, I would definitely do it. And I think he just provides everything, defensively and offensively. But Bernard King is also extremely good. I don't know how much he's going for at the moment, though. Moving on to the countdown set, I would look at Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball is fantastic defensively. He's only got an 84 3-point shot, but his jumper is very, very good. He's going to be able to create a shot because he does have decent dribble six. He's going to be able to, like I said, his 88 ball handle, 89 speed with ball, 89 speed. Everything about him defensively is pretty good. So Lonzo Ball is not bad. And I think Jonathan Isaac is also not bad either. I think he does everything well defensively. He's got almost every defensive badge half, and his stats are unbelievable. He's gonna be a good shooter too, just because Jonathan Isaac base is always pretty good. So Lonzo Ball and Jonathan Isaac are not bad cards to look at either. Moving on, I would definitely look at this. Lou Dort's not bad, but you can't get him anymore. Rudy Gay is really good. Unfortunately, Rudy Gay did just get a new card, so if you have the coins, go get Rudy Gay. If you don't have the coins, get this Rudy Gay, because this Rudy Gay is very good and he's cheap. So this Rudy Gay is going to have Rudy Gay in normal, which is extremely good still. And he's going to do everything this Rudy Gay does, just not as high of a level. But this Rudy Gay is still extremely good. Moving on to Lords of Leaping. I don't really think there's like anybody in here that I would necessarily pick up. Bob McAdoo, like I said, but if I wouldn't buy this Bob McAdoo for 50,000 coins because that's what he is going around. But I would just grind for the free one if you want Bob McAdoo. He is so good, but I wouldn't pay 50,000 when there's a better free one out, And then this set, I'm not really looking at anyone on this, Swish set. I think KP is fantastic, but he definitely goes for a lot more. So I wouldn't really look at anybody in that set. And then same thing with kind of the Knockdown Knights. I wouldn't really look for anyone here. I know PJ Brown is decent, but I don't think any of them are, worth picking up. And then moving on down to a lot of these, I don't think Abracadabra really has anybody crazy good either. You're going to start moving down to some of these sets that don't really have a whole lot of good cards to pick up. And that's honestly fine. But we do get to this AC Green card, who is a very, very good budget card. He's going to do everything good defensively. He's got every defensive badge. You're going to have to apply some shooting badges to him. He's only got an 83-point jump shot, but don't worry. His book base, it's absolutely elite, and he's got Jimmy Butler Escape. I love this 6'9" power forward. AC Green is very, very, very good. Alrighty, moving on to the NBA storylines. I wouldn't really pick up any of these guys. If you could pick up a Dyson Daniels for maybe less than 50K, I would definitely do that because Dyson Daniels is absolutely elite. Dyson Daniels does everything defensively. He has a great, great, great jumper. And he's got a, good enough dribble stakes. I think that Dyson Daniels is absolutely elite, but like I said, I wouldn't necessarily pick him up for anything less than 50 to 60,000. I wouldn't really pick up anybody here in the Aura set. I just don't think anybody is worth it. I did see a Jack Sigma for 30,000 coins on Xbox servers, so if you could pick up Jack Sigma for less than 30,000 or 50,000, pick up Jack Sigma. He is so good. One of the best jumpers, great defensively, elite level on offense, and he is absolutely elite. I want to pick up anybody in Lightning Strike. Doug Christie's pretty good, but that's just about it. Baron's a ball. I wouldn't really pick up anybody in Baron's a ball either. And let me see if I can get to a different page here. Excuse me real quick, guys. Alrighty, I'm moving over here to my Xbox, just because I think that I can show a couple of these later cards a little bit easier. We've gone through pretty much everybody Season 5, Season 4, Season 3 that I would pick up. And then these Season 2s are starting to get a little bit outdated. I think Paulo is still very expensive. This Jaren Jackson is actually extremely cheap on Xbox. He's around 45,000 coins. So if you can buy him for 45,000 coins, buy Jaren Jackson. He is so elite. And everybody else here, I wouldn't really pick up. If you were, hopefully you get the Zach LaVine for free during the event going on currently. But like I said, I wouldn't really pick up anybody here just because I feel like everybody's starting to get a little bit outdated. Like I said, Sigma is very good, but he is going for a little bit more. So if you can happen to like snipe one for around that price, I would. Same with Dyson Daniels. They're a little bit more expensive than what I would like, but if you could snipe them, I would definitely do that. So we've kind of gone over everybody. I would definitely like to pick up somebody like Michael Cooper. Derek Coleman is very good, and Keon Ellis is very good. And then, you know, try to kind of go towards these Season 4 guys that I mentioned earlier in each of the set. I went set by set and named the best budget players in every single one of these sets pretty much. So I hope this video did help you guys out. All these guys are pretty much under 50,000 MT, and I think they will all be able to help your team out. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, and I'll keep them rolling. I'm going to keep dropping very similar to things to this, and I'm going to do top 10s, tier list, stuff like that. So I hope you guys do enjoy the non-gameplay videos, but we're just going to keep all these type of videos rolling out. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.